I've been going around in circles for about 9 years up until that point, thinking that every Christmas I was going to make some different decisions the following year. Before I knew it, it was Christmas again and I still hadn't made those decisions. I've been working with Dean for about a year now, and it's in that time frame that we've actually then made that leap from just being a one-man band to now having staff and to actually then quadrupling the turnover. Hi, my name is Paul Selman and I'm the Director of PRS Plumbing Solutions. We're a plumbing and heating company. We concentrate mainly on new boiler installations and we've been running for around about 10 years now. Well, before using Dean, it was very stressful. I was doing at least 90 odd hours plus on the tools, as well as doing all the quotes, doing all the paperwork, doing all the books, pretty much doing everything from being the main plumber to the managing director and the T-boy. So life was very stressful, very time poor, and just felt like I was chasing my own tail constantly. The main problem that I had from when I was looking at building my team up was actually having the faith to take that step to employ somebody. It's not the cheapest move to make in business, especially when you're used to having control over every single element. So that was the biggest thing that I had to overcome, was actually having that leap of faith to then be able to make a commitment to hiring someone. It probably would have folded if I'd continued not working with Dean, purely because I would have got to the stage where I would have either just given up on trying to expand it, or I would have just run myself into the ground via stress and just overwork. Yeah, I met Dean at a networking event locally. Before knowing anything about coaching, I was always a little bit sceptical to start with, mainly because of the financial outlay, and you think, well, if I can't afford to hire more staff naturally anyway, how am I going to find the extra money to hire a coach? So started off sceptical, but obviously I've been brought around now because I've seen the results of what having a coach actually brings to the table. Well, the expectations on my part were still quite limited when we started. That's mainly due to the fact that I didn't have any prior experience, and you hear a lot of things, and you know, words come easy compared to action sometimes. So I started off with low expectations, but as I started seeing things were actually starting to develop and what we were aiming for and the goals were starting to be achieved, those expectations became higher. That then in turn gave me a lot more confidence to build on what we'd already done, and then that's led on to further development within the business. Since working with Dean, the figures have got a lot better. I mean, we started with a turnover of around about 15 grand a month. We're now up to 60. That's been a result of all the things that we've been, put into place since I've started working with Dean. That net profit margin has also increased from about 5% to 10 to 15%. So yeah, overall the figures have gone up. But the main development is that I actually know what those figures are, because prior to that I was kind of hoping that my tax return at the end of the year would tell me what my profit was. But now I know on a week-on-week basis. Well, the business is at a really crucial point now, because we've started to fulfil most of the role in Kent. We now want to start moving into more of the home counties as well, and taking on Essex and Surrey, so that I can start developing on the basics that we've put in place already. We want to be doing around about 500 to 1,000 boilers a year, compared to the 200 that we're actually on par to do at the moment. I can see Dean helping us with that just by keeping me focused on the task in hand. Like I say, it's always good to have someone in business who's been in business before, and you can sound these ideas off, because running a business can be a lonely place sometimes, and having people that you can go to and ask for honest advice I think is invaluable. Dean's taught me how important it is to actually have an eye on the figures in mind. There was a question that springs to mind straight off the forefront, where he says, what's your conversion rate like on sales? And I said, it's about 60-70%. And he said, right, we'll go away and find out what it actually is. Turned out it was 22%. So I didn't need any more leads. What I needed to do was get better at converting the leads that I had. So that's what he's helped me with most, is actually not just assuming that I know the answers to the questions, but actually backing them up with facts and figures as well. Yeah, I'd definitely recommend using Dean, and the main reason is he's got the track record there to back up what the promises are he's going to help you achieve. So yeah, without a doubt, I'd definitely recommend Dean for anybody looking to move up to the next level in business.